How do you feel about the economy? Is it working for you? The reason we're asking is because there are new numbers out. According to the Washington Post, the U.S. economy boomed last year. It grew by more than 3% in 2023. Not only did the economy grow, consumer sentiment jumped in the past 2 months by the most it has since 1991. Inflation is way down from 9% to around 3.4%, and unemployment is also still around a low 3.7%. And wages for the vast majority of Americans have gone up over the past few years. So here's the question. Do you think the economy is booming? And if so, will it affect the election? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Is anybody else surprised by these numbers and the public sentiment?
Yes.
I am, but I have a theory.
Okay.
All right, here's my theory. Do you remember like when we were kids? You knew people's parents, and maybe like you'd be like, oh, Jeff's dad, he's got a second job. You'd be like, oh, he's got a second job. Like it was kind of like you knew people. Some people did. And now I don't know anybody that doesn't. I don't know anybody that doesn't not only have two working parents, but two working parents with a definite side hustle, maybe a third one, like they also do taxes or something like that, or do something else on Sundays. So I think people have more money, and it's going out as quickly as it's coming in. So it doesn't seem like we're just stacking all this cash. It's more just like becoming more of your lifestyle, because you talk about expensive with kids and life and all that kind of stuff. That's why we don't feel it, but I think we make a lot more, but we work a lot more.
When you were talking about that, I never even thought, like, my mother always had 3 jobs. Always had 3 jobs. And when we moved from the city to the suburbs, most of my friends' mothers didn't work. They were stay-at-home moms. And it never even thought, like, it never even crossed my mind that it was abnormal that, like, my mother had 3 jobs and, like, they only had one parent who worked. And now I'm thinking about it, like, the idea that most people have 2 parents who both work multiple jobs.
I don't listen. I get the numbers, and they are what they are. I don't really trust surveys or numbers that media pushes out, because they all have an agenda going on. For me, I feel it. If I'm at the grocery store, I feel it. I have 2 kids. I'm paying one for a private school, one in public school. Next year, that little one will be in public school, but I feel it. I'm paying it out. My car needs to get serviced. I'm paying out. Vacation, airline prices, I'm paying out. Hotels, I mean, everything in my life is up except my annual income. Everything else is, don't even get me started on property taxes. We are getting raked over to Kohl's where I live with property taxes, and they're evaluating my house at X number, but if I don't sell that to the government or if I don't sell that at that price, they get to keep the money that I'm paying because they evaluated that number. I paid, passports, we're going on vacation, I need to get my kids passports. They're $135 to get a passport. I mean, everything is up. I get organic eggs, they're $10 a carton. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. Maybe you could skew them in that way. Me personally, I will say gas is down. I will give that to the government. But I feel it every single day. And my wages, I'm outliving life right now.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah. Does DBL Nation feel that same way? Do you think the economy is booming? 63% say no, so they agree with you, Jeff.